Hello, and welcome to a new Let's Play. Right after Crisis Core, we're getting right into Final Fantasy IV. It's a rhyme. Get it? But yeah, I'm starting Final Fantasy IV particularly because this is my favorite numbered Final Fantasy game and fluctuates between my favorite Final Fantasy game being this and Crisis Core. And you know, I need to go back to my RPG playing roots. Like, well, not the deepest part of the roots of Pokemon shit, but you know what I mean. Final Fantasy IV. So let's start a new game. Obviously, this is going to be interesting because I've never played like well, besides Tales of Symphonia being an expansive RPG. This one's fairly expansive. So yeah, it's going to be like Tales of Symphonia being very expansive. It's going to sort of take its place until I can record HD Let's Plays again. Because if I try to record an HD game with analog, I'm sorry for that, my ear itched. With analog, it just comes out blurry and nasty. Captain! We will arrive at Baron shortly! Alright. The captain seems kinda down. After what we did, who wouldn't be? I mean, orders are orders, but killing innocent people to get the crystals? I'm playing the PS1 version of this game. Out of all the copies I have of this game, the Game Boy Advance, the PSP, the PS1, and the DS version, I decided to play the one that's most readily available. And the one that's easiest for me to actually record through typical game capture, because you know, sitting from my computer and emulator just doesn't feel right a lot of times. I'd rather sit here at the controller and play games. It's much more fun. Makes me feel like I'm actually playing the game, you know? So this game doesn't have any voice acting. You're gonna have the audio a bit louder, which is snazzy. Isn't right. The Red Wings are supposed to protect people. We should never. That's enough. But Captain, surely you don't condone what we've done, Captain. All of you listen well. The raid on Mysidia was imperative. His Majesty and his council concluded that we the Mysidians must know much about the crystals. Pose a serious threat to our kingdom. For Baron to prosper, we need the crystals. As soldiers of the Royal Air Force, we must achieve this by any means necessary. Captain! Monsters incoming! Prepare for battle. Well, I don't have to do anything. Cecil's going to do all for me. Yay! Are you alright? More incoming! Damn it! Just kill them all, Cecil. Rock this shit. You're like a champion. Champion of the people. Is everyone alright? Yes, sir. So many monsters these days. Where the heck are they coming from? What is happening to this world? What is just happening to this world? Captain, we are now over Baron. Prepare for landing. What a great way to start the game. See our main character killing innocent people. We get attacked by monsters who aren't innocent. They're assholes. Got. There we go. Make a little more wiggle room for my head. Ah, the crystal's now ours, yes? The Mysidians put up no resistance. They were so helpless. You pity them? Come, Captain. His Majesty awaits. Who's this asshole? I already know who this asshole is, but who knows if you know who this asshole is? He's a dick, if you haven't guessed. The guy's a piece of shit. Nobody likes him. Forgive me, Captain, but I must speak to His Majesty in private. Please wait here. Yes, okay. Your Majesty, I'm afraid Cecil can no longer be trusted. He clearly questions your authority. I suspected as much. It matters not, so long as I get the crystals. Send him in. Yes, Your Majesty. Captain, His Majesty summons you. I gave this guy the douchiest voice ever. Baron hails your return. The crystal, Cecil? Yes, Your Majesty. So this is the crystal. What splendor! Dismissed, Cecil. Your Majesty. Why, Captain, what is this? Your Majesty, forgive me, but what do you intend? My men are confused, some even displeased. And you? You question my command? No, I only— Silence! Dissension only leads to treason, and that I will not tolerate. I hereby relieve you of your command of the Red Wings. Your Majesty! Now, I charge you with another duty. Slay the phantom beasts that infest the Mist Valley, and deliver this bomb ring to the village Mist. You leave tomorrow at first light. Your Majesty, I beg you to reconsider. Cecil has done no wrong. You insolent cur! How dare you barge in here? If you're so concerned about him, by all means accompany him. Now take the ring and be gone! Your Majesty! I'm sorry, Cain. Don't worry. After we finish this task, you'll be flying again in no time. Get some rest. Leave tomorrow's preparations to me. You're a true bro, Cain. Cain's a good friend. What's wrong? Nothing, except that I dragged you into the hell of a mess. Yeah? What else is new? Kidding. Master of the Dark Sword is Majesty's orders, but it was not to protect Baron, not to plunder. Don't get yourself down over this. I'm sure the king has his reasons. I envy you, Cain. The path you chose. I'm just following my father's footsteps. I suppose I could have attained higher rank and become a Dark Knight, but this suits me better. Don't think too much, and get some rest already. We rise early tomorrow. Hey, 500 gil says I slay that beast tomorrow. Alright, you're on. So as you can tell, Cecil and Cain are good friends. Now let's go to configuration. Where is it? Where's the auto run? I'll just hold down circle. Yeah, northwest. I know where Mist Valley is. I've been playing this game for years. The second Final Fantasy game I ever played. First one being 3. I know, what a wonderful one to be my first Final Fantasy game, I know. But I had the DS and it was the cheapest one available because back then Final Fantasy VII wasn't available on anything but PS1 and the original PC release. Cecil! Thank goodness you're alright. I was so worried your men left such a short notice. We're okay. I could say the same for I wish I could say the same for the Mysidians. Cecil! I'll visit you later, okay? Alright. Yeah, Cecil does not want to be bothered right now, but back when I got these Final Fantasy games, it's like 7 is the one I wanted to play the most, and that was completely unavailable. The PS1 ones are completely unavailable.
Well, look who's back. Rosa was mighty worried about you.
We're introduced to Cid this early on in the game.
I told you before, and I'll tell you again. If you ever make her cry, I'm not gonna let you ride my airships. So how are my babies doing? I'll bet your grunts crashed them again, huh? What's the matter with you, boy?
Well...
What? The king demoted you an errand boy? Where are the Red Wings? Be a mess without you. What's come over the king? Maybe I should think twice about working on the new prototype he's been hounding me to finish. Hell, if I'm gonna let him use my beloved airships as killing machines... Cecil, you and me, we gotta stick together on this. Now you go complete your mission and get back here safe, you hear? Whoa, I gotta get home or my daughter's gonna kill me.
So yeah, we're getting a nice little round call of our characters. Change your seats, sir. Good night. What's in here? Nope, nothing. It's a classic Final Fantasy game. You know, I gotta check everything. And the PS2 Final Fantasy games weren't the most available to me either at the time because GameStop was like nowhere to me and I couldn't get anywhere distance. And internet shopping, you don't even get, that's a whole other can of worms. So 3 was the most available one. Then 4 came out. What's happened to the king? He covets the crystals, though he's possessed. He'll resort to any means to get them. Nevertheless, I can't defy him. How could I cross the man who raised Cain and me like his very own? The chivalrous knights whom I've adored and admired since childhood. I'll not betray him. I can't. So see, Cecil! What's going on? You just returned from my city, and now you must leave again to battle this phantom beast? Don't worry. Cecil, look at me! In my city, we killed innocent people to steal their... It was horrible. Guess it's my fate as a Dark Knight. Soon I won't even feel any remorse for my actions. You and I both know that would never happen. Still, I can't defy the king. I'm a hopeless coward. The Cecil I know would never whimper like this. The Cecil I love. You leave for Mist early tomorrow, right? Don't worry, Kane's coming too. I'll be fine. Trust me. Please come back safe, okay? Thanks, Rosa. Wow, this is getting emotional early on. This is good development for our main character. Oh yeah, speaking of the Dark Knights, Final Fantasy XIV, the first expansion, is going to add the Dark Knights as a class, and I'm excited for that. They look such like Cecil, it was like spitting image. So are you ready for some real combat? Always. Lead the way. So I've been playing Final Fantasy XIV a lot recently, so you can say I'm on a Final Fantasy kick. Final Fantasy is one of the games I get a kick in every once in a while. Another one being Mega Man. No, that isn't. Final Fantasy and Mega Man are just games I get kicks in. Well, there. Now our adventure begins. Ooh, epic narration time. Is the narration going to come? So, story time. Oh, okay, narration. And so, the Dark Knight Cecil was stripped of his command as the captain of the Red Wings. He and the Master Dragoon Kane head toward the Dark Valley for the Village Mist. Best narration ever. Pay me $100 and I'll do the narration for the Star Wars movies, like the scrolling text. Pay me $100 and I'll do that for you. You hear that, Lucas? You ever want to like make some stupid like update Star Wars movies? Narrator, call me. Send you my agent. The advent of the airship marked the realization of Baron's dreams, but also the birth of its militarism. 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 That's a good... I like that word. It's a snazzy word that implies a lot of death. It's yeah. I want to narrate and talk at the same time. Why don't I have two mouths? With its Royal Air Force Red Wings, Baron soon reigned supreme. Now, as monsters multiplied, stir and rest. Baron only exploits its power to collect the crystals of light, I'm presuming. Oh, why? Ooh, who knows? Spooky, scary. Foreshadowing. Okay, confession, I've never beaten this game. Fair Final Fantasy game, never beaten it. I think I've made people wear the Final Fantasy curse before, but until recently, I've never been able to beat a Final Fantasy game. Well, numbered Final Fantasy game. Then I beat the first one, the PSP port of it, like a year ago. And then I was like, wow, I did it. And I beat 7 earlier this year, so... The crystals shed their light silently. So this is going to be my quest to beat Final Fantasy IV for the first time, because the curse is over. The curse has been lifted. I can beat this game. I know I can. I believe I can. This narration's been going on for a way too long. I wonder how long it'll let me have the names for the characters. I need 7 for why I want to rename Cecil. And sadly, this is where I'm going to have to end the first episode, because just talking took up a lot of that time, and most of my time is voice acting, which disappoints me. But don't worry. We'll get on to better stuff later episodes. Got it? Got it. Good.